All right, we're jumping right into something big today. This is a critical security alert, and if you're using Apache bRPC, you really need to listen up. A pretty severe vulnerability has just been found, and it's a serious one.
So, this really boils down to one very direct question. Is your Apache bRPC setup at risk of a complete takeover? I'm not exaggerating here. As we're about to see, that is exactly what's on the table.
Okay, so here's the bottom line. We're talking about a flaw that lets an attacker, and get this, they don't need any credentials, nothing, execute their own commands on your server. And from there, they can get total control. I mean, it really doesn't get much more serious than that.
All right, let's peel back the layers on this thing. We're going to start by breaking down the nitty-gritty of this vulnerability. It's officially known as CVE-2025-60021. So what kind of bug are we dealing with? It's called a remote command injection, or RCI for short. Think of it like this. It's a security hole that lets an attacker whisper commands to your server, and the server just obeys. It tricks the application into running malicious code on the operating system. No questions asked. And if we look at the official details, it lays it all out pretty clearly. You've got the CVE ID, of course. The severity is rated as important, which, is definitely something to pay attention to. And here's the key part. The affected versions are everything before version 1.15.0. Okay, so we've got the technical side down. But how does a bug like this turn into a real-world, major league headache? Let's talk about the risk and why this needs to be on the top of your to-do list, like yesterday.
A successful attack here isn't just a small glitch. We're talking about an attacker stealing your sensitive data. Or they could use your compromised machine as a launchpad to attack other systems inside your network. They could shut down your services completely. Heck, they could even plant a backdoor so they can waltz back in whenever they want. The end game here? Complete system compromise.
And don't just take my word for it. The official security advisory puts it about as bluntly as you can get. This is a direct quote. Any system exposing the /pprof/heap endpoint to untrusted networks faces a significant risk of complete system compromise. I mean, wow. It's a really stark warning.
So you're probably wondering, how does an attacker actually do this? What's the trick? Well, let's get into the mechanics. The whole thing hinges on a built-in diagnostics tool called the heap profiler.
And what's crazy is how simple the attack is. It's just 3 steps. Step 1. The attacker finds that exposed /pprof/heap endpoint. Step 2. They sneak their malicious commands into a little parameter called extra_options. And for the final step, well, the system just executes them. No checks, no balances. It just runs the commands with whatever privileges the bRPC process has. Scary stuff.
So the root cause, the real heart of the problem, is trust. The jemalloc memory profiler component, it just blindly trusts any input you give it. There's no checking, no cleaning up the data, no validation to see if it's safe. It just takes whatever the user gives it and feeds it straight to the command line. A classic but very dangerous mistake.
Okay, enough of the scary stuff. Let's get to the most important part of this whole thing, what you can actually do about it. Let's walk through the steps you need to take right now to secure your systems.
First things first, let's be super clear about who's at risk. If you are running any version of Apache bRPC, starting from 1.11.0 all the way up through the entire 1.14 series, you're vulnerable. Simple as that. You need to take action. All right, so you've got 2 main options to get safe. Path number 1, which is absolutely the one we recommend, is to just upgrade. Upgrade to the patch version. It's the only way to fully and permanently slam the door on this vulnerability. Now, if for some reason you just can't upgrade right this second, there is a manual patch you can apply. But please think of that as a temporary band-aid, not a long-term fix.
So, what's the magic number? It's right here, 1.15.0. Seriously, if you remember just one thing from all this, make it this. Upgrade your Apache bRPC to version 1.15.0 or a later version, and do it as soon as you possibly can.
So let's just wrap up with this thought. This whole critical mess was found hiding in a simple diagnostics tool, right? Something a lot of people would probably write off as non-essential. And that really makes you think. It forces us to ask a bigger question. What other non-essential things, admin panels, diagnostic tools, you name it, are exposed on your network right now, just waiting for someone to find them? It's definitely something to think about.